Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Cullum Costello. Thank you so much for tuning into the video. Today we're going to talk about a company called Slack. Slack is a company that has massive growth potential, and I believe it could be huge in the future. So let's see if it's one you might want to put down on your watch list. With that being said, you guys, I'm not a financial advisor, and these are for fun and educational purposes only, so please do your own research. Now, let's get into the video. So with everything going online and people working remotely, Slack is destined to do very well, in my opinion. If they can just get a good portion of the market share, which I believe they can. Of course, they do have competition also, people like Microsoft Teams and of that sort, but they integrate very well with other apps and with their channels. It makes it very easy for people to work with one thing. And you can see who they're working with here. People like Zoom, Box, G Suite, Salesforce, Workday, Atlassian, Dropbox, Zendesk. I mean, in my opinion, they really have a good, solid footprint in the industry here.
Slack is going to be one of the most important tech companies in the world.
Make work life simpler, more pleasant, and more productive. Slack is the collaboration hub that brings the right people, information, and tools together to get work done. From Fortune 100 companies to corner markets, millions of people around the world use Slack to connect their teams, unify their systems, and drive their business forward. You can see down at the bottom, guys, 12 million daily active users, 119,000 paid customers, 65 of the Fortune 100 use Slack, and 150 plus countries have daily active users in Slack. More and more companies have been using Slack instead of a primitive email to work on projects. We'll look at a short clip about what Slack's channels are and why more and more companies are using this. Then we'll take a look at some of Slack's financials, their income statement and their balance sheet. Then we'll look at who's been buying Slack, as one of my favorite funds has been buying a lot of shares of this. You guys, at this time, if you haven't subscribed yet and you want to learn some more ways to make your money start working for you, then what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button down below. Let's look at this short clip from Slack.
Welcome to Slack. Slack is a new kind of messaging for teams, bringing all your communication together in one simple place and integrating with the tools you already use. What's different about Slack is that team conversations are organized into channels. You can create channels for departments, projects, office locations, anything you like. Public channels are open, so anyone on your team can pop in to see what's going on and join the conversation. Nice! Great job, everyone! It's not just about messaging, though. You can also share files, images, PDFs, documents, spreadsheets. Look, I've got them right here. You just simply drag and drop them into the right channel, like that. You and your colleagues can add comments along with the document, making collaboration more contextual, transparent, and efficient. If you have a project that's confidential, you can create a private channel. Only the people you invite to the channel will be able to join. And if you need to reach someone directly, you can send them a direct message. It's totally private and secure. You can also send a message to a group of people. It's a great way to communicate with your teammates in a short-term, lightweight sort of way.
I felt that would be a better way of explaining it rather than me trying to explain it. Just show the short clip. So let's look a little bit more into their financials and we'll take a look at their balance sheet. This is Slack Technologies' balance sheet. And a real quick way I like to look at balance sheets is add up the cash, the short-term investments, and the long-term investments. Then I add up the short-term debt and the long-term debt and just see how those two stand up against each other. So we look next to cash and short-term investments. We see $768.59 million, $269.59 million of that being their short-term investments. Here's their long-term investments of $67.3 million. So if we add up their cash, their short-term, and their long-term investment, we get a total of $835.89 million. To short-term debt, we see $30.47 million, which is absolutely nothing compared to their cash pile. This is what you want to see in a balance sheet. We see long-term debt, again, next to their cash pile is nothing, $196.38 million. So that's a total in debt of $226.85 million. Their total in cash and investments is $835.89 million. So the difference in that, in their cash and their debt, is substantial. They have a lot more cash opposed to their debt. So this is what you want to see in a balance sheet. Now let's take a look at their income statement and see what they're bringing in for gross profits and how their revenue has increased over the years. Here's the income statement, and we're going to look at three things on this one. We're going to look at the research and development. So they've been putting a lot of money into research and development, trying to grow, which is a good thing in my opinion. Look at the sales revenue from 2017 to 2020, from $105.15 million to $630.42 million. And that's crazy revenue, crazy growth. Same thing with the income. This company is growing year over year at a great rate and has a great balance sheet. Financially, Slack looks to be in a very good position with plenty of cash and not too much debt. Also, I really like that they're putting that money into research and development, trying to grow. Now, the other day, I was poking around in ARK Invest Holdings and saw that they hold a good amount of Slack. ARK Invest is one of my favorite funds, as when Kathy Wood, who runs ARK Invest, when she's buying something up, I tend to pay attention. So that's what got me looking into Slack a little bit more. Let's look at their holdings and see how much of Slack they're holding on to. Invest FinTech Innovation Fund. It is ticker symbol ARKF. You see right there, number 23 is Slack Technologies, or ticker symbol WORK. You see they hold 421,734 shares in this one, with a market value of $13,600,921.50. The percentage of the portfolio that this takes up is 1.58. This is the ARK Innovation ETF, ticker symbol ARKK. Here's the holdings for it. And you see right there, number 7 is Slack Technologies, ticker symbol WORK, or work. This is 3.25% of this portfolio, which is a pretty good number, being 10,713,810 shares. And this has a market value of $345,520,372.50. So Kathy Wood's been buying plenty of Slack. She obviously sees something, and like I said, if she's buying something, I tend to pay attention to what she's doing. She's one of my favorite investors, and she's been making a lot of people a lot of money. Well, guys, that was a quick look at Slack and what they do, a look at their financials. I think they got a great balance sheet. If they get a good portion of this market share, which I do believe they will, of course they'll have some competition with people like Microsoft and Microsoft Teams, but I think it's a great company, great long-term investment. Also, Kathy Wood and ARK Invest are buying it. That's a good sign to me. But I want to know what you guys think on this one. Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think of Slack, or just let me know what your favorite stock is. Till next time, you guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm Cullum Costello. Now hit that subscribe button, tap that thumbs up, and go out and get money.